The hippest shows out there is Monk on the USA Network. And on the line with us, he plays Lieutenant Randy Disher on Monk. It's Jason Gray-Stanford. Jason, what's up, man? How you doing?
Tony, thanks, man. I am doing great watching the sun come up in Los Angeles, California right now.
Now, is this early for you, or are you like the early bird type out there?
Oh no! Hey, we're still on hiatus, so this is early. Generally, when we're working, this is kind of these are peak work hours. But right now, as I say, I am on my way.
Wow, that's
morning show. Getting my cup of coffee.
That's what it's about. Now, what do you drink at Starbucks? Like, what's your Starbucks coffee type drink?
I am a coffee, straight up black. With a couple of Splendas. I like blend it up these days.
I like it. Yes, I always got to watch the figure, right? That's the big thing nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Because obviously, we're also such a beautiful cast on Monk. We always need to stay in top peak condition.
Now, of course, the show. I guess you got to be glad that this writer's strike thing is finally kind of put to bed, and everybody can get back to work and everything. How bad did it throw you guys off on the show?
You know what? It kind of pushed us back a couple of months.
Yeah.
But the great thing about it is it gives our great writers even more time to come up with interesting scenarios for the gang to get themselves involved in as we approach season 7. So it gives these guys a chance to really come up with some great ideas. So it didn't really hurt us too much. You know what I mean? And we're other than the fact that we're all chomping at the bit to get back to work.
7 seasons, man. Did you ever think this thing would be? It's still gaining momentum. It's it started, I guess, with like that cult following, and now it's mainstreamed.
It's so weird. I heard your intro about the hippest show, and we always had the saying when we started out. We were like this show that was so unhip it became hip. And 7 seasons. You're just lucky to have a job if you're an actor and you get on a show for a little while. Then cut to down the line that it's still kind of going strong, and it's just like the little engine that could. And we're just so thrilled. And then we're coming out we're airing on NBC on Sunday, and then we're still airing on USA come July. I mean, we're just we are a very, very fortunate little group of people.
Now, let me ask you, so yes, it's finally crossing over. A lot of shows are starting to do that now. I guess Dexter did that, from Showtime
to CBS. On CBS, that's right.
Yeah, and now you guys are kind of crossing over to NBC. Do you look at that? I mean, I know you got to look at it as flattering, but is there like part of you that kind of goes, "Why didn't you guys believe in us from the start and just go with NBC from the start?" Or
yeah, what's funny is that I think that if we would have started kind of on one of the big networks, I don't know if we would have found the same type of following we found by starting on USA, and I don't know if we would have been given a chance to build the momentum because it was such a quirky show. The characters are so odd, and I think it was kind of one of those blessing in disguises. And now it's all gravy for us. It's like all icing on the cake. We've got a great home on USA, and now to add NBC to the resume, we're just like, all right, bring it on.
Yeah, well, of course, USA, it's a very hip network. They have a lot of hip original programs with Monk, and then they got the Psych Show. It's really, I guess, they give you a lot of leash there to do a lot of creative stuff.
And you know what? One great thing about USA is when we started Monk on the show, and when Tony Shalhoub signed on to this baby.
Yeah.
It was just a small kind of little fledgling network finding its way, and it's and look at it now, as you said, they've got great shows. They've got Psych and Burn Notice, and obviously Monk kind of is their flagship show. It's pretty cool to see the development over the years of USA.
Now, looking at the list of guest stars for this season, I mean, it is absolutely staggering. Some of the people that are going to be making a cameo on this show. What's it like, kind of seeing some of the folks who are coming on now? I mean, from Sarah Silverman to Snoop Dogg, even, right?
Yeah. And as you say, hey, if you can go from Sarah Silverman to Snoop Dogg to Stanley Tucci or Alfred Molina or to John Turturro, you got to be doing something right. So we're thrilled at all the people who kind of like dig the show. It's like you said, it's like this kind of little hip show, and you say to yourself, you're like, wait a minute, Snoop Dogg's coming on next week, and they're like, yeah, dude, Snoop loves the show.
Do you have to feel like
you got to be kidding me? And so we kind of just take it all in stride and just enjoy every second we get with these great these great actors who come on. That's one of the great things about being on a TV series is you kind of get to play a new game every week.
Now, when Snoop Dogg is hanging out on the set like that, do you guys flock to where his trailer is, or do you kind of stay away from it? You know, is it one of those things where it's like, if this trailer's smoking, don't come, knocking or something like that? What's up with that?
Well, generally we just float on the fumes from trailer to trailer.
I love it. I love it, man.
But hey, I gotta say, man, Snoop rocked it out when he was on the show. He was an absolute gentleman, posse and all, and has some of the sweetest trailers you could ever imagine.
I can imagine with that, man. Yeah. And now, what can we look for in your character, Jason? Lieutenant Randy there. What can we look for him in this season?
I tell you what. Anybody who's tuning in on NBC is going to kind of give. We're putting out there kind of like the greatest hits, like Journey's greatest hits,
right?
Kind of the best of Monk. And then for season 7, which we're just about to start,
yeah,
I think the old Randy Disher's finally going to get a girlfriend.
I like it. That's long overdue, right? Long overdue.
It is long overdue. I prefer a girlfriend that exists and doesn't and is not trying to kill one of us.
So when are you guys officially crossing over to NBC here? When can we tune in and see it?
This Sunday, 9 o'clock, NBC, April 6th, and then we're back on air on USA July 18th with all new episodes.
Jason Gray-Stanford, thank you so much, buddy, for coming on, hanging out. Enjoy the coffee this morning.
My pleasure, man.
Thank you so much. There you go, folks. It's just that easy, man. Monk, if you're not watching this show, seriously, you're doing yourself a disjustice. It's that good a show. It's awesome, man. Here's some Elton John. Tony Rose Morning Show, Sam 100.7. Here we go.